Hey guys, what's going on? It's Johnny Tooth. I'm 17 here, bringing you episode 7 of my Football Manager 2018 Unemployed Challenge, also known as Journeyman. So I believe this is our second episode with the new squad. If you missed the last episode, I am back in Russia with a new team, however, this time around. So don't have to deal with a very sort of questionable board. Everything is on the up and up at this club. We are with SKA-Khabarovsk? I have no clue. It's Russia. I am horrible at pronunciation. This is one of the worst countries for me to be in because I can't pronounce anything. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the schedule. Things have been going incredibly well since you last saw us. We have 4 wins, 2 draws, and just the lone loss on our record in the 7 games since we have taken over. So pretty good. Despite all the success, the board still isn't 100% happy with me, which is kind of strange. Because like I said, we just have the 1 loss, but I guess we haven't moved up the table as much as they would like or something. I am not sure. I got a message in my inbox the last match saying this could be the end for me if I don't get a good result. And then we went out and won 2-0. So I'm not quite sure what's happening, why there is so much pressure on me. The team's playing well. Like I said, we've just lost the 1 match since I've taken over. 1 loss in our last 7, I think, is pretty good, especially when you look at the top of the schedule there, all that red. The team started to kind of turn things around right before I got here, but we've been playing exceptionally well. We have moved slightly up the table, but I guess it's just not enough. So yeah, that's the situation right now. The team's playing well, but board's still not 100% happy with me. So one thing we should talk about beforehand, I'll post the pictures of this on Twitter because I took screenshots when we first got them. I'm not sure if there's been any sort of changes in their ratings or not. But Russia has this really crazy 3-month long break in between the season. And during that time, there's a transfer window. So we didn't go too crazy over the transfer window. We did sell 1 player, and we have also sold Konstantin Savichev, I believe. But that deal doesn't go through until the end of the season. People we brought in Tugrul Irat. This is a guy that gives us a lot of sort of versatility out on the wing. I initially brought him in because, like I said, Savichev is going to leave, and I didn't realize that was going to happen at the end of the season and not during the transfer window. So we brought him in to kind of fill a void. Not necessarily to jump into the starting lineup, but to sort of be a rotation player. He has some pretty good stats overall. I mean, there are some holes in his game. He doesn't quite have the technical ability that we would like to see him going forward, but he also doesn't have the defensive prowess to stay back. But he does give us some versatility. He can be plugged into a match at any time. The issue we have with him, which I also didn't realize. Remember, kids, it's very important to understand the rules of the league you are playing in. The issue I have with Arat is that he is a foreign player, and in this division of Russia, I'm not sure if it's the same at the top tier, but at least in the second tier, you can only have 3 foreign players in your sort of playing 11. So the issue we have with him is there are already 3 foreign players in our starting 11. So when we do bring him on, it's a little bit tricky. We have to sort of move a few pieces around. We usually just can't bring him straight on. It's usually sort of a multi-substitution situation so that we could clear that foreign spot for him. Now, the second player I brought in is somebody who does jump straight into our starting 11. He was a like-for-like replacement for whoever we sold. I am so bad I don't even remember who we sold. Let's go check out who we sold here. Evgeny Bylikin, that is who we sold. So this was a like-for-like transfer to bring in Jiman Kukukachu. Very good player at this level, I think. I think he has great physicals. He has some very strong mental abilities. There's a few things I would like to see improved. I'd like to see, that positioning be a little bit higher. Also maybe his vision. But overall, this guy is just a solid defensive midfielder. He's exactly the sort of player we want in that ball-winning midfielder role. He jumps straight into our starting 11. And if you look down below, you can see 4 games so far with us already. He has that 7.05 rating, which is very nice. Looking at his tackling, that tackling leaves a lot to be desired. Only winning 57% of his tackles. We would like to see that be a lot higher. But overall, he has been playing well. He has sort of just jumped straight into the club and sort of established himself as a starting member of our first 11. All right, so that's all the sort of like administrative junk out of the way. Let's go ahead and jump into this first match here. We are going up against Spartak M2, and then I'll also be bringing you the next match against Yenisei Krasnoyarsk. So this is the lineup we are going with today. We have Elguja up top, Katrik, Gabulov, and Savichev in the midfield. Mirachenko and Kuku Kachu are our defensive mids. Eddie Bozin, Dimitko, and Kiri are our backline, and Dovi is in goal. The only real adjustment I have made to the tactic here is we are going to play this game on the counter, at least to start things off, just because we are playing away, and Spartak M2 is a very, very good team. I believe they sit third in the table. These two games that I'm going to be playing today are definitely going to be a test for us. They're both away, and I believe Spartak M2 is third in the table, and Yenisei is fifth. So these are two teams that are just sort of ahead of us in the table. We're playing away. It's going to be extremely tough. So if we can come out with, even just a handful of points here, I would consider that a success. The board may not agree with me on that, but 2 points, I would think that would be a success. These are some very tough matches. I'm just talking because there have been zero highlights here in the first half. Absolutely none. We are kind of getting dominated statistically. We have held them just to the 4 shots, only 1 on target. So our defense is still holding strong, but we haven't seen a lot of the ball. Still playing away against a team that is better than us. I think this is a very respectable first half. I'm not going to make any changes. Let's just go straight to the second half and see if we could create that one load chance to get us a goal. So I am going to make a bit of a early substitution here just because we have some players that are looking complacent and can't seem to get themselves in the game. So we're going to bring on Histrov for Elguja. Histrov is our number 1 striker, but he's coming back from injury, which is why he wasn't in the starting lineup. And then I'm also going to bring in, I believe, Korobov here for Savichev. Again, Savichev just looking complacent, can't really get into the game. So those are 2 changes we're going to make pretty early on here in the second half. Hopefully, they could create a little bit of a spark. Maybe we could get a lone chance here, but as long as things hold here 0-0, I would be pretty happy with that result. Throw in now, this is the very first highlight of the game here. A little bit of a dangerous tackle. We do concede possession here in a dangerous spot, and that was a very tight angle that he scores in. Dovi really had to do better there. That is incredibly disappointing to concede there. It didn't really seem like it was that difficult of a shot to stop here. Let's see what happens. We get the tackle in. Simple, nice little pass, but really that is a stop that Dovi should be covering all the way. Extremely disappointed to be beaten near post there. We don't have a lot of time to get this back. Again, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. But let's go ahead and tweak with the tactic just a little bit here. All right, so I am going on the attack here. I think one thing else I want to do here that I forgot to mention is I'm going to push up my wingers as well. We're throwing a lot of guys on the attack here. Again, I don't really care too much about our goal difference at the moment. So whether or not we lose by 1 or we lose by 3 doesn't really matter to me at this point in the season. We really just care about the points. So there is going to be a highlight here. Can we salvage something from this game? We really need to win the ball back here going into extra time. There should be a shot on goal here. There is plenty of time. They had a ton of space there up top of the screen. Lucky they did not see that. Either winger or fullback who was pushing forward there. I'm not sure which one it was. Probably winger. Can we win the ball back here though? Ball forward. We should be able to deal with this. Dimitko does intercept it. He's being pressured. Finds a teammate. That was nice. Had a little bit of just a nervy moment. He has to be offside there, right? Yes, offside. Okay, so nothing really comes to that highlight. Just sort of getting my hopes up. This will probably be the last highlight here of the game. We are running out of time. Ball in. We clear it. The whistle is going to blow at any minute, and there it is. We do drop this game. just wasn't, once we conceded, there just wasn't enough time for us to get back into the game. And you can see statistically, we were just thoroughly dominated. So we've had a little bit of a rough start to the episode, but this is the squad we are going to go with against Yenisei. This again is going to be a tough matchup for us. They sit in 5th place, and we are playing away, so this is going to be one tough game for us. We're going to go with Saddlekin up top, Korobov, Gabulov, and Irat in the midfield. Netfolin and Kukukachu are our defensive mids. Scope and Sev, Bozen, Dimitko, and Kiri are our backline, and Dovi is in goal. Again, being that we are playing away, I am going to be playing on the counter, although not quite as defensively as we were last game. Since we are closer to this team in skill, we are going to be playing a little bit more freely just with the counter mentality. And right there, we see it pay dividends. I don't even know what that means. That wasn't related to anything we said. There's no countering football there. It's just I was talking about tactics and then we scored. So in my brain, I was like, obviously, my tactical genius has paid off. So this goal was a direct result of my tactical approach, even though it was just a pretty standard goal from open play. But whatever, I'm taking credit for it, darn it. Alright, so we gotta be careful here. We really do need to hold on to this lead because like I said, what we need now is points, and more points. That ball does go off the crossbar, so no harm, no foul there. We lead 1-0 at halftime. Overall, this has been pretty good. We do just have the 2 shots, but one of them ended up in the back of the net, so we can't complain about that. Not going to make any changes yet. I don't think there really needs to be anything that needs to be adjusted. The one thing we are watching is Dimitko, just because he looks disinterested. He has an issue with me, and he has some big complacency issues, so I might actually pull him off pretty early in the second half here, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so as we start the second half here, the change actually came a lot sooner than I thought. I went through, I did the pep talk at the halftime. Dimitko just instantly switched off, and that was sort of like the final straw for me. So we just instantly pulled him. We're bringing in Got Suck. I don't know how to say his name, but we're bringing him in, even though he is not match fit at all. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. Hopefully he doesn't, give up a huge mistake and we lose the lead. But I can't stand Dimitko. The first chance I get, he's gone. Unfortunately, he's a team leader, and I know that it would destroy our locker room when I sell him. So I'll probably wait until this off season to try to offload him because we are playing pretty well. I don't want to mess that up. As I'm saying all this, we nearly give a goal, but we're staying by the crossbar. The crossbar is our 12th man. Throw in now. We do well to sort of semi-clear it, and that's offside, so, we have nothing to worry about there. It was a little bit of a nervy moment, but then I realized he was 6 yards offside. He was the only person in the 6-yard box, so. We're holding strong to this. We're holding strong to this 1-0 lead. Ah, dang it. This was one thing I was afraid of. I probably should have paid more attention to it. Netfolin's coming back from injury, and he seems to have re-aggravated it. I probably should have pulled him off 10 minutes ago. That's on me. That is a big mistake on my end. We're going to go ahead and bring in Drews in to replace him. Just a like-for-like change there. Hopefully the aggravation isn't too serious and he's just out for a few days. But we'll have to wait until the end of the game to see. A lot of extra time here, but that's going to be the final whistle. And we do hang on to the 1-0 victory. I'm not sure why it's saying it's waiting for the next highlight because that was the whistle. So we do win the game 1-0. Not too shabby, especially coming back from, last game where we were just kind of thumped. Again, statistically, we were a bit more into this game. We still, were sort of dominated, but very much more so into this game. And of course, we netted the most important stat of all, which is that 1 goal. So the good news is that Nat Folan did not re-aggravate his injury like I had feared. The bad news is that he caught an elbow to the face and was going to be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks with a broken jaw. So that's pretty painful there. Looking at the schedule here, over the next month-ish, things don't really get a whole lot better for us. I lied about a month. I'm looking at the schedule here, and we have like 6-7 games in the next month. So it's not a month. So let me rephrase that. In the next week or two, things do not get much easier for us. We have Angie, who's sitting in 7th, but that is at home. And then we have Sibir Novosibirsk. We have Sibir Novosibirsk, who are top of the table. They're the best team in the 2nd division of Russia. And we're playing away. That is going to be extremely difficult for us. But if we could get through those 2 of the next 3 games, if we get through those, our schedule does lighten up. We have a game against Volgar, 12th, that's at home. We have a game against Chernomorets, they're 15th, that's away, that's not too bad. And then TomTom, 13th at home. Again, a very winnable game for us. So if we could, create one upset between Angie and Sibir, I think that would put us in very good position. And as we head towards the end of the season, we have, 3 incredibly winnable matches for us, especially with 2 of them being at home. So the next 3 matches for us are going to be key, and then we will follow up with the 3 games that should be winnable, and we should be in a pretty good position. I just really hope we could get, an upset in either that Angie or that Sibir game. I am probably going to play the next 4 matches offline. And then I think we'll just wrap up this season. Just because this wasn't a full season, it still doesn't feel like it's my squad yet. Even though, I've been here for like 9 matches now. So I think what we're just going to do is I'm going to play the next 4 matches offline. Episode 8 will be back with the last 2 matches of the regular season. Just hope that there's another sort of episode of the season that maybe we could sneak into the playoffs. If not, then we'll go through the full off season. We'll make this team my own, and then we'll be back with some more episodes next season. So that's the plan going forward. So we started off a bit rough with this episode, losing 1-0 in a very sort of one-sided game, but we came back, played on the counter. I took credit for a goal that had nothing to do with my tactics. It was just, good open play, but I'm going to claim it. It was all me. It was all me. It was all effing me. And that's what Vardy said, right? Something along those lines. I just like quoting Vardy like that because, it's just all him and it's just all me. You know what I mean? It's just the way it goes. It's just all us. All us. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Let me know. You guys have seen the team now for 2 episodes. You kind of have an idea. You've seen our recent form. Let me know where you guys think that we will finish. We are currently in 9th. Will we make a push into that playoff spot to try to get that? I believe it's the 3rd promotion bid. Or are we going to fall short? Will we upset Angie or Sibir? Let me know your thoughts, guys. And like I said, next episode, we will be back with the end of the regular season. So until then, guys, no, not until then. I lied. Be sure to like and favorite the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at Johnny2Thumb17. And also be sure to check out teamboosquets.com, where you can follow along with the companion blog to this series, Will Work for Food. Now that that's all out of the way, now I can say this. Until next time, guys. Peace.